And hello again. I've updated the current version, hence we're back on the starting screen. As I said before, I'm playing a daily, kind of a nightly of sorts. Why not? Let's continue playing and building out a map. I always need to remind myself what I was up to, just by pretty much closing down the map itself. Okay. Yeah. So one thing was from the other game, I want this further back. We do not need this, just kind of a visual thing. Okay. It's not so much the vehicles I wanted. That must be a new thing. Oh, no, I wanted this. So that's connected, but this isn't. Sorry. I've not yet do the change log for this newest update. I don't always. Ah, don't be naughty. Yeah, just want this to loop around. It's fine. I am curious about something though. So apart from the usual, do I yet have, and I don't, but not so much that. So, okay. So what I was saying at some point is that I saw in the code update that there would be attractive effort per running cost or some such, but I don't actually seem to see it. Not that mattered much. So if you're joining in and you haven't turned off in the past 2.5 minutes, then what we're currently doing is, apart from building out a very large map, is that I have that rail going all across the map. And essentially, I mean, this has taken me the better part of 20 hours, so I'd expect this will take a long time. But that's kind of the thing. This particular playthrough is just epic. It's just going to take a long time. You guys either watch it or you chip in every so often. You see how you feel. I have another game, OTTD as well, and that one is boats only on a bunch of islands. It's a bit less taxing, extreme. If you like trying to having a look at that playlist. Meh. Okay, I just want to make sure. I almost said buses, but can turn it around. Probably not from here, more like from here. Like, yeah, if we think this is taxing, then actually this is the easy part because there are only 1,200 towns, but there are not subsidies. We have 1,400 towns, but we do have 5,000 other industries. However, industry creation throughout the game has been turned off at some point recently, like some hours ago. So we're not getting more, and I'll probably be like transporting items via road a lot other than trains. It's just less messy. Because we're not really playing for money. As long as we're not going bankrupt, we're fine. So that has a hooked-in station. That's a hooked-in station. This one actually does because we have railways connecting there, i.e. that's our stop. What we don't really have is like, I should probably connect like this far sort of thing. And the hotels. And again, we are not going to have to connect 5,000 industries because it's primary industries that are getting connected. So stuff like hotels, yes. Stuff like all steel mills, no. Otherwise it would be very, well, not possible. I mean, I still have my doubts on the actual possibility. Not even so much as whether or not I just give up. But to a large extent, is there enough physical space? Such a duh. I don't remember like doing things seconds before. Bit of an overkill, but fine. Mm. Shopping centers. And a hotel. Right, then they can build their stuff. Okay, let's do our totally not favorite thing. Large, large, large. All of these will be new because I kind of did this. Like these. These don't need to be. Don't think I can do that. I can do that. I think running under 2025 is totally pointless to be, let's say, long term. So these have to become that. And I think this has already been kind of settled. Yes, as good. We continue. Hi. Okay, go away. Okay, I totally have not been around here. That's enough. Beam party. Base, base. And then beam party again. Fine. I am still very curious about the 5th generation tanker and other stuff, but clearly ain't happening. I know there's no such word, of course. Shouldn't be anyway. It's the town. Actually, it's become quite a place. Go. Funny thing is, I don't actually know how many industries we started the map with, and while it would be an option to say, just check the first video, These are taking up a fair bit of space. I'm just leaving them on YouTube. I don't actually keep them. It's fine, you can go around, do that. It's a case of, oh, I have lots of space, but where are you trying to go and not find it? You can't reach mullet. You can't reach mullet because it's not connected. Yeah, I should pay attention. I'm curious. How bad are we? Ah, yeah, weird. There you go. Now I have to find where I was. Do I? Kind of, yeah. I mean, I do need to. It's just whether I want to do it on this particular occasion. What's going to be kind of interesting is that if you watch the beginning of this whole thing, where I set up, you know, some some stuff to actually keep us financially afloat. What was that? The map generation was flawed. So all these scrap metal things, they obviously need to go into a steel mill, which is great, except a relatively significantly proportion of the map has no steel mills at all. Which quite clearly is a bug, and if you don't believe it, then, well, just do. The idea that we'll just casually find the nearest industry is going to be difficult for some of these, because the nearest might be very far away. As I said, the first ones after ever finishing the towns is going to be hotels, although in reality there should not be a significant number of left out hotels because I'm kind of consciously connecting them. Once that's done, it is scrapyards. Because they kind of are nearby towns and towns grow and stuff. Indeed. Just come in here. I think whatever I just finished playing has a very loud on the end. Oh, this doesn't come back, does it? Or it needs to be here? Yes. Funny. We at some point had 7 people here. Which is like, but how if this is nowhere to be found? Do we have new stuff yet? No. Package. Mail. People. I don't really bother with high-speed trains. a very limited use case for what I'm doing. Much like planes, like, we're running very few passenger planes, and I don't particularly intend to change that. Oops. Oh well. Be uncommon, but mm, fine. All right. That'll do. Yep, I think that's another bug. It's just kind of given up showing where the term goes. It works. It's just bugged. Okay, very far from those trains, so I'm not really going to keep going that way. Yes, out of town hotels or meh. That covers the actual town, which is good for us. Good for me anyway. Yep. Yeah, and if you haven't spent the last 40 hours of your life watching me, then the obscure town names are what a crazy package. If it offends you, kind of sorry, but I can't change them on the fly. On the ships islands thing, I'm playing silly rather than crazy. Let's just say misremembered the namings here, and then by the time I figured it was a little late. Also, if it offends you, well, unfortunate. Don't be so offendable. I'm going to loop it here and then I'll have another one just doing those two. I'm not a huge fan of this 20 stop things. Not sure why. I'm not a fan of those things, to be honest. I mean, towns do get itchy if you give them a station and then you don't pick up. Of course I can't do that. Damn it. I want to check something, 1 sec. Still on 30%. This headphone, these headphones per se, I started them when I started playing this whole thing, which was about 55 hours ago. Because this is episode 102, and there's the boots thing, which, you know, is another 10 odd at this point. And I'm still on 30%. And I did not want that. Can we all just 1, 2, 3? Stupid thing. Is this complicated? Still no. Still no. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, this is an odd stopping place here. So in case you weren't watching at the beginning, the reason why these obscure stopping places is actually that. So it has like 5 million stops. You know what? No. You can go down and do this. So the change I'm stopping in what may well look obscure places is because instead of wanting to take 5, instead of wanting to hook in actual towns, the idea was that I divvy up the map into give or take 10 blocks. And that's kind of it. And then we just stop at every 10th part of the map. That's done. That's done. That's not passengers. Still have somewhere between 10 and 17 minutes. I don't want to know how Penguin Emu is made. I have questions. Just come here. This is kind of useful. Control click. Okay. Next. Onto airplane editants. Yeah, that will totally fly. Yeah, just go off to these two and then come back. No station. I'm just going to do a shuttle service here, Cecily. I'm not going to bother with making sense of all this. Yep, there's stuff here, so we'll just kind of that, and that. And then separately we do shuttle service. I think I know the answer to this, but I'm curious. Yeah, it's just this. I don't really see the point. Like, it's 44k per hour, and you can't actually attach it to anything at the moment, so nice future tag, but useless. This whole maglev pack is, there's like literally the only one item in there that's useful. Which eventually you'll see, and it's not going to be too far into the future. Do I care about these towns like right now? I don't, but if not now, when? Still don't know why we can't just R to rotate. A bit of a QOL thing. Am I even looking at the right thing here? Yes. Which means I don't want this. Yeah. 31, but hey. Mm. 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 Okay, let's the org as usual. We already have 100 odd and it's the years gone by. Oh well, I think that went a long way, but meh. Don't you guys need the placement at some point? Like, can I just do this? Yeah, these guys got somewhat ignored. Oh well, let's not ignore them. And after that, I'm going to cut the episode because right now it's 55.5 minutes. So with that in mind, thank you for watching, and as usual, any comments, likes, subscribes, interactions that you please feel free to. And I shall see you guys and girls and everyone else next time. Thank you. Bye bye.